Hello and welcome to episode 70 of The Offline Gamer. I'm Matt.
And I'm Ray.
Hello Ray, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm alright.
It's almost Christmas.
Yes, it is. It is almost.
It is. And we've got a special Christmas treat for well, is it a treat? I don't know. We'll find out as the episode goes on. We have joining us for a special crossover episode this month, my old co-host from the Trekmate podcast, Mr. Wayne Emery. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, and it's a pleasure to be on Togmate today, Matt. It's been a long time coming.
It has. We've been trying to arrange this for the best part of a year, I think, haven't we? And just schedules have not been able to be aligned.
Yeah, and I will try to be resistant against like my maybe disdain for Ray simply on the basis that they stole you from me.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing of the sort.
Well, if that's the route we're going, then. So if I was stolen from you, we've got my replacement here as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Jude. How are you doing?
Hi, mate. Yeah, I'm glad to be here as well. I've been looking forward to it for a long time.
So, what's everyone doing here in this chat? Then, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a bunch of games on Board Game Geek that are, of course, to do with Star Trek, and it'll be interesting to get the perspectives of both Ray as a non-Trekkie, although Ray has watched bits of Trek here and there over the years. And to get the perspectives of Wayne and Jude as non-board gamers. Although I know Wayne has played at least one of the board games, or one of the games we're going to talk about on this episode. But Jude, I don't know what your background of sort of like Star Trek board games is. Oh, hello.
I know you don't do a visual podcast, but...
Oh, okay.
But to be honest, yeah, I'm holding up 3 Star Trek board games, but none of them have ever got played other than on Trekmate, which was the interactive video board game. And it all got cocked up, and we lost it all anyway.
And did I see Star Trek Monopoly there as well?
Yes, yeah, never been played, unfortunately.
What edition is it? Is it just Star Trek Monopoly?
No, I think it's... Oh, yeah, it is. I thought it was Next Generation. Continuum edition, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's on the list, so cool. Right then, so we've got about 70 games on this list. Whether we'll actually talk about them all in any depth, I don't think so.
I wouldn't have thought
hopefully
so.
That doesn't mean that we're going to be going for like the next 2 hours. I hope we're not. So let's start at the bottom of the list and work our way up. What I'll do is I'll put this list on our website. So if anyone wants to follow along with what we're talking about, just go to offlinegamer.co.uk, click on this episode, and then there'll be a link to either a link to the document or just embed the document in the page so everyone can see it. So there's a bunch of games on BGG that have no ranking at all. So let's start with those. So the first one at the bottom is Star Trek Next Generation, The Final Frontier.
Okay.
Which I was going to remove from the list, but then it's got like a funky engineering warp core thing that comes with it, which I thought looked fun. But it can't be that good because it's got no rankings at all on BGG. But the Ferengi are up to their capitalist ways again, it says. And it looks like you've got like a warp core with the panels on the bridge, the con and ops panel in front of it. Don't really know anything else other than that, other than it was made by Canada Games, apparently. And it came out in 1993.
Well, it doesn't look too bad to me, to be honest, at first glance.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. I like the look of it. That's not too bad.
Apparently, it says here, the Ferengi have overrun the engineering room and are going after the energy matter-antimatter reaction chamber. They're trying to steal the dilithium crystals to sell on the open market. Because, of course, what easier way could there be for Ferengi to get their hands on some dilithium crystals than to break onto the Federation flagship and try and steal them from the warp core?
Of course.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's not as if you could go and actually trade any number of goods at a dilithium mine. Going to sell them some...
Don't be silly.
No, go and sell them some Orion slave girls and have as much dilithium as you want.
Yeah. So apparently this is a children's dexterity game. Ah, okay. and it re-implements a game called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Terror of Doom. According to this,
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Does look. I'm not either, but I've just clicked on it, and it is basically the same game, but with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead of Starfleet stuff.
I'll tell
I
you
like
what,
the presentation anyway of that.
Yeah, considering it's got a really nice box, I'm surprised it hasn't got any sort of ratings on there, because it looks like it could have been like mass produced. It looks really good quality.
How many people have it as they own it? 32 people say they own that game on Board Game Geek.
Wow, that's not a lot, admitting to that.
The average rating. The average rating. They've got it here. It's 4.9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So an okay game.
If you like kids' dexterity games, although it's basically lots of people marking it 2s and 3s, and one or two people gave it a 9 and 10. So I've sort of like skewed the average a little bit. Okay, let's go to what's next. 1992, Star Trek: The Next Generation. So this would have come out during season 5, season 6 of TNG.
Yeah, it would have been about there. Wait 1 second. I have this.
You never do.
I'm going to turn my camera on for 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to have a look.
Oh,
nice.
There you go. I've never actually
Have you played
this. No.
Okay.
I've never played this. I bought this at a car boot. I found it, and I've just never got round to playing it.
I hope you didn't pay too much money for it.
No, well, to be honest, it's actually never been played with by anyone. I'm looking at it, and the inserts have never been popped out.
Wow.
So,
fun board game, it says on the front of the thing.
Yeah, well, that'd be stupid not to say that they are games fun, I suppose. But
yeah,
the board looks a bit like
Yeah.
Hubert, the old arcade game, with that sort of like isometric 3D style.
It does look
yeah,
like
I can
that.
only see one little picture of that, but yeah, you're right.
I'm going to guess that, Ray, this wouldn't draw you in. You wouldn't look at this and go, "Oh, I must play this game."
I'm just a little bit confused by the board, because the board is very sort of plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently you have to get to the docking port and then collect someone.
Oh, you've got the board out, yeah.
Wow.
It's quite a big board, though.
No, that's the thing. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 character cards for Worf, Riker, Tasha, Geordi, and Picard. And they've used very early series pictures. They're definitely.
Hang on, they've put Tasha in
pictures. Well, Yar's there. Of course, it's season 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the only characters in there, because you play.
I thought about that.
You play as these coloured tokens, and then there's character tokens that are for each of the those 5 characters. I don't know what you've got to do, whether you've got to collect.
Is it
them
a beardless
docking
Riker as
ports.
well? I think there.
Oh well, yeah.
It is a beardless,
A very
Riker,
short-haired
and
Worf.
it's a Worf. It's clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was this? I wonder if this was released everywhere at that point in time, or is that just? But saying that, on the front, it's got a clearly season 3 picture.
I think they
That's
must have
season
got
4.
it ready early and must have been delayed for some reason.
Apparently, a short game takes 45 minutes and a long game takes 1 hour. So there's 15 minutes difference in a long game.
Right.
Okay. It's just a roll and move. So you roll the dice, move, collect characters, and get back to the launch pad. So it's a typical early 90s sort of 80s.
It'll be interesting for one go, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. It was published by Brand Makers International. Well, that inspires confidence.
Yeah.
And it has a weighting of 1 out of 5. So that's the lowest complexity board game you can get. So yeah, it might be good for you, Wayne.
That's it. I might get my head around that.
Yeah. What's the average rating? 3.2 out of 10.
Wow.
So
okay. On to another roll and move game then. We've got Star Trek: The Final Frontier from 1992, which, although it's called The Final Frontier, which makes you think it's based on the film, looking at the artwork, it's quite clearly based on the original series. So
yeah. Oh, that looks very basic.
In this, it looks like it does. You're apparently just rolling around, collecting. I travel around the board to reach 4 destinations before reaching Earth by throwing an exact number on the die. So again, it's just a throw. Oh, and you've got that one as well, have you?
I have got that one as well.
Was that another car boot purchase?
No, this has been with me since I must have been what year did it come out?
92 it says here.
Yeah, I must have had this since I was about 9 or 10 because I've had it with me the entire time, and I played this so many times with Drinkwater as well. My other former co-host, Paul Drinkwater, we played this and so many times. And funnily enough, it must be made by the same people because the character tokens are once again just like these coloured
it did look similar
pieces with the insignia.
No, this one says it's by Toys and Games Limited. Very descriptive name.
So basically, the whole concept of it was on the board, you would have like a whole structure, like going around to different systems within the solar system. And your job was to like basically get to each planet that was on your card, because you would, at the beginning, you would deal out however many cards, and they would all have a name of what planets you had to go to. And you had to get to all of your planets first before the other player. And if you landed on any of the Star Trek insignias, you had to take one of the Star Trek cards, which would come up with something like, McCoy avoids a major outbreak of a strange illness by detecting it early, go forward 6 spaces, or other things to your detriment. So, and I will stick up for this game. I love it. It's a simple game to play, and it's just fun.
I like the tagline on the front of the box as well, where no game has gone before. Like they had to, one of these games had to get that in there. I'm sure there's probably more than one actually.
I just can't get over the fact that they've called the Ferengi homeworld Ferengal.
Right.
Yeah, not Ferenginar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. But also Argo, I thought that was a bit of a strange addition. And also,
I don't know of any planet in Star Trek called Argo.
No, they've added on a few planets that don't make sense, like Catula. Catula.
Apparently, Argo was a planet in the animated series. According to Memory Alpha.
I wonder if Catula
was like where Catula.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where Maress is from in the animated series.
No, the Catulans were a humanoid species native to the planet Catula. What episode was that? The Way to Eden. Isn't that the one with all the hippies?
Okay.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
No, but
Reach.
I think
it's not Reach. What is it they used to say? Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I've erased that from my memory.
Yeah.
It's imagine everything bad about the 60s, Ray, in a Star Trek episode. That's The Way to Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny. Whether it's intentional or not.
Very bad singing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, that had a slightly higher rating than the last one anyway. I think that was 3.8 or something. I've closed it now, so
it was 3.8.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah.
What would you give it, Wayne? If you played it so much?
I've got rose tinted glasses when it comes to it. It is one of them ones that I've played. So for me personally, I would have said that was a good 7, or 8.
Wow. For a roll and move game, right? Okay, we definitely need to broaden your gaming horizons. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess that's fair enough.
Yeah,
it's like when you play an old video game from the 80s, and
it can be awful, but as long as it got you at the right time. I'm still doing that today.
Right. Yes. So, Star Trek Next Generation, the board game from 1998.
Yes.
From Component Game Systems. This has a rating of 3.5 out of 5, so it's quite a heavy game for its time. What's the point of this game? Me wonders. Well, it's got some rather nice plastic player things that sort of look like Geordie's visor. I know they're not, but it also comes with crayons as well. So,
Oh wow, yeah, there is a lot going on there, isn't there? Yeah.
Command Game Systems game about Star Trek Next Generation featuring the Federation, Klingons, Ferengi, and Romulans. The basic idea is that each player need only buy his part of the game, representing in this case a race from the Star Trek universe. Players could buy starter kits comprising components related to one Star Trek race. Oh, I see. It's one of those games where you only get half a game and then you have to buy expansions things to part of the component game system.
That's not good.
No,
Which
especially
they also released a Babylon 5 one as well. Oh, interesting.
So you can mix and match.
Yeah. And so a bit later on, we've got a bit further up the list, we've got Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the board game. Apparently that's part of the same system.
Oh, I've got to have a look at that.
Okay, so I wonder if you can mix them and cross them over.
Yeah, I think they're designed to be played together.
Oh yeah.
I do like the look of the pieces, though. They do all look very, very shiny and pretty.
Definitely, yeah. I wonder how much all that cost back in the day.
Indeed.
Even worse now, I expect, if you want to get hold of that.
So,
there aren't any listings on eBay, apparently, because this searches and puts them on the page. So it's got a rating of 5.1 out of 10. So we're getting there.
They're not all going to be shit.
No, just most of them, I think. It's like video games again. Tie-ins of franchises are generally not great.
Mm-hmm.
But as we go further up the list, we'll find some much better ones. Next up, we have from 1979 the very descriptive Star Trek Starfleet game. Boldly roll and move where no man has rolled and moved before.
What a tagline!
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And if you look at the board, that picture of Kirk and Spock is very suspect, I find. That does not look like Will Shatner to me.
No.
That's his stand-in.
Is he stand? Yeah. I mean, the Spock one is
odd.
passable. Yeah.
I don't even know who that looks like.
Looks more like Chris Pine than it does Shatner.
Well, it's based on the movie, obviously, because it's got V'Ger in the corner.
Right.
So I guess you're just rolling around to try and get to V'Ger, maybe. And there's it's just another basic roll and move game. This has got a score of 4.2 out of 10. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go.
Great.
Different
portions
strokes.
of the map also fold up to give decorative parts of the map a 3D look. Wow.
See, Ray, this is what you've been missing out on your entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What's next? Oh, yes. Star Trek Scrabble. I'm not quite sure what makes a Scrabble game Star Trek-y, but we're about to find out.
Yeah.
The board has the pictures of the crew around the outside.
Oh, obviously.
Is that about it?
There aren't really any other.
Oh, you get bonus words. Yeah. Bonus words if you use words like Chekhov and chapel and things like that. Okay,
that makes more sense.
You earn 20 points by spelling out Captain or Spock or Bones. So you get points for spelling out the characters' names. Okay, well.
I wonder if they'll allow like two words to be put together, like warp drive is like two.
Well, Ponfar is on there, and that's 2 words, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I can understand the mechanics a little bit better now, and I enjoy Scrabble. So
you got people.
I mean,
playing
the board looks quite nice.
They're not playing that game; they're playing something else. Sorry. You just go along through the pictures, and there's just people playing Star Trek board games, but none of them Scrabble.
Wearing a Star Trek uniform.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure the guy in the uniform is playing Star Trek Scrabble. It looks like he's playing.
Is
Scrabble.
that what that is?
Yeah, because you can see all the words. Crisscrossed on the.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, that's Scrabble.
And the ones next to them are playing just normal chess. Why they wouldn't be playing 3-dimensional chess, I don't know.
But with Star Trek pieces, I think.
I don't know.
I think I can see like a 7 of 9 and maybe a Worf there.
You can see a 7 of 9 in everything. Oh yeah, you're right. I can see like someone in a yellow top, holding up a phaser,
maybe
and there's a data sitting
in the bottom left-hand corner, like from the first episode, like in his judge's chair.
So Q's the king or something. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Those versions of chess, I have always thought would confuse me, because you've got to sit there constantly reminding yourself of what pieces are what relevant to chess.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I don't play chess,
and surely Q can just destroy everyone in one move.
In reality, yes, but I don't think they're going to suddenly have superpowers, right?
No, that's the rules.
I don't think that's on the list, is it?
That's the rules.
No.
Q can snap his fingers, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah.
So, if you had two versions of Scrabble, one normal and Star Trek, would the Star Trek one make you more inclined to play it?
Who are you asking?
Any of you?
Yes.
Okay.
I play Scrabble a lot anyway with the family, but I think I would struggle to get them to play Star Trek Scrabble just because I would always win.
As long as you can get the right people, then yes. Then people who will tolerate it.
I think it helps to have the extra dictionary that allows you some more words that you might otherwise not be allowed.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed names and stuff in regular Scrabble, are you? You're not allowed proper nouns.
I think maybe it might be a game to get hold of and play at a con together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be
probably.
Fun.
Right, where are we at now? From 2015, Star Trek Road Trip.
Road Trip, I like the sound of that. But I bet it's not going to be what I imagine it is. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm guessing there's a game already called Road Trip, and this is like a Star Trek version of it.
Yeah, good guess. Yeah.
But the board just looks so busy.
Wow, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it came out in 2015.
No.
It looks older, but
looks like a weird, twisted version of Monopoly.
So there are different versions looking on BGG. There is Zombie Road Trip, Wonder Woman Road Trip,
right.
Justice League Road Trip, Dragon Ball Z Road Trip, Batman Road Trip, and of course, everyone's favourite, Bacon Road Trip.
Bacon?
Well, it is food related, Matt, so that ticks a box for you.
That's true. That's true. I don't think even that would be enough to tempt me. But yes, it is a roll and move game again, so...
An epic game of fun and strategy.
I don't think it's that epic, personally, but...
That's what it says on the front of the box.
It looks like someone's taken two Monopoly boards and mashed them together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And looked at Trivia Pursuit as well. They've just mashed them all together to try and create one thing.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's move. Let's leave that one then. Right, we've got a few here that came out in the 70s that are just called Star Trek Game.
Yeah.
They're just a game about Star Trek.
Okay.
So the first one came out in 1974. And it's got some interesting artwork.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's got warp and impulse like spinners instead of dice. It's definitely very 70s.
Oh,
definitely.
The art on the board is
wow,
extremely 70s.
Yeah.
In fact, it's very reminiscent of the animated series, isn't it?
Yes. I like the look of it.
Have you ever seen the Star Trek animated series, Ray?
I don't believe so, no.
It's worth a watch. I don't know how to describe it. You know, obviously the original series mixed with, I don't know, what else would it be mixed with? I don't know, Scooby-Doo? I don't know.
Probably, yeah. It's that kind of animation style, isn't it? The old 60s and 70s Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, just that kind of feel as well. Just like a simple story wrapped up in 20 minutes. But, you know, they do a good job, I think.
So, would you...
Yeah, it was definitely designed as a kid show, though, wasn't it? Because it was like Saturday morning TV, I think. So.
Oh, definitely. So what do you reckon the mechanics are? Because you've got the two spinners, one for impulse and one for warp. Do you reckon you just add them together and that's how far you travel, or...?
I don't know. The description just says there are two spinners, one for warp and one for impulse.
Yeah, there is a picture of it.
It does say it's a roll and move, or spin and move.
Yeah, no, strange. I just...
Definitely looks like a fun one for young kids at that time.
Yeah. Okay, so that was 1974. And then in 1975, we had another Star Trek game. With, again, rather questionable picture of Bill Shatner on the front of it. This one intrigued me because it's got like a little squishy alien inside the box.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
A little red squishy alien.
And a spider.
And, a horrible plastic spider.
Yeah.
Why would you have a spider?
I don't know.
But
Captain's log, stardate 30.26.5. I don't think that's right. The Enterprise is menaced by a deadly Klingon warship. Only Zithium and Beton crystals from the planet of fire and the ice planets can destroy it. Whew. It took them ages to come up with that. This was only made for the UK, according to
it's
this.
by Palatoy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The game is TOS based and was advertised as taken from the popular BBC TV series Star Trek.
That's why it all looks so
Players play
random.
crew members of the Enterprise assigned to obtain alien crystals from 2 planets that can be used to destroy a nearby Klingon warship. It doesn't say what type of mechanisms it is. It's got a dice, so I'm imagining it's roll and move again, but
Is there
not
no
much more information other than that.
Kirk player? Is that just Scotty and Spock, and then
It looks like, Scotty,
That's
Spock,
weird.
and then 4 red shirts.
But
they look like 4 Klingons?
Oh, maybe they are Klingons. No, you're right, because they've got those weird Klingon beards, haven't they?
And 2 of them are exactly the same, and 2 of them are the same, but just stood in different directions.
no, I think they're all identical. It's just number 2 is put in the box facing the other way. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
So we've got those. We've got the spider. We've got the weird alien.
That is
We've got
weird.
the counters, and then we've got a card that for some reason says Baroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what Baroom is.
and something missing as well in the box.
Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be in that rather horrible bottom
I know
corner.
it looks very gunky. That's been sitting in someone's loft for the last 30 years.
Oh, that,
Okay.
yeah.
So this one doesn't appeal, I don't think.
No, it doesn't jump out at you, does it?
Yeah. And now we go back to a game that was released while the show was on the air.
All right.
So this one came out in 1967, and again, it's just called Star Trek Game. This one actually says Star Trek Game on the front of the box.
Mm.
It's an adventurous game that orbits the Earth and the planets beyond. And that's not a bad rendition of Bill Shatner. The Leonard Nimoy is a bit more questionable.
Yeah, Spock's a bit weird on the front of that. I don't know what his reaction is supposed to be there.
Yeah, I just looking at the board, it just looks, well, it's just a board with lots of squares on.
Lots of
And
squares.
Uhura has turned white on the front of that box as well, for some reason.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Don't know why.
It's the 60s.
Yeah.
And it was probably made and sold in America. I think that probably tells you everything.
Yeah. Less said about that, the better.
The game is played on a 36 by 36 grid with the Earth at the centre. Players get fuel cards numbered through 1 to 10 to control their movement. Each turn you play 1 fuel card to move your ship that number of squares horizontally or vertically, but not both. Okay, so there's a little bit of strategy involved. Probably more than you'd expect from a game that came out in the 60s, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it?
That last picture, I think that's nothing to do with the game, is it? All that stuff around it.
Yeah, it's just a picture of the game in an exhibition.
Yeah.
With a Star Trek frisbee by the looks of it.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's not a frisbee. It's a flying USS Enterprise. That's what it says on it.
Oh, right. If they say so.
Yeah, it flies like a real spaceship.
And that's a phaser next to it, I assume.
Like it.
Yeah. That's what they all look like.
Don't worry, Ray. We're going to start getting into the good stuff soon.
The next one has me excited.
Oh, the same. 1998.
So the 1998 one is the one we looked at earlier, which is the
was it? Oh, right.
One that's part of that setting. So
Fair.
the next one is the Deep Space Nine game from 1994, which has a board that looks like a top-down layout of DS9.
Oh, nice.
That lends itself perfectly to.
Oh yeah.
Being played as a board game.
Yeah. However, it looks to me like this is Spanish that we're looking at the moment. Ray, can you confirm?
Panel de Mandos. I can't think what Mandos is.
Pianta de la Nave Spaz something.
It looks like it's in Spanish and Italian.
Yeah.
It's not Portuguese, is it?
From the back of the box.
Yeah.
So it's a general European
I can't
release.
see everything, only the larger words, but
Yeah, it doesn't say what countries it was released in.
well, it looks intriguing,
And-
though, despite the lack of English.
Yeah. The winner is the first player to move their pawn to Ops. They shall be the shuttle commander. The second one shall be the captain. And the third one, the lieutenant. That doesn't quite make sense, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
The board layout and the way that it is almost reminds me of Frustration.
Oh, yeah.
A bit of Trivial Pursuit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Ray.
Yeah, no. The reason why I said Frustration was literally because like you have like the numbers on like the bits going into the inner board. It's like whether you have to get so many pieces in and around. I don't know, but
Oh, it looks kind of confusing as well.
Oh, there are copies of this for sale on the Board Game Geek market.
Oh,
You can either get a Spanish or a German edition.
9.
For €22, you can get the German copy.
that's not bad.
That's it. We just need an interpreter with us.
Well, if we get the Spanish one, Ray can interpret.
This next one is confusing me.
Yeah, so this one, I don't know if I was hoping one of you might get the reference. So this is a card game called Fizzbin. Does that mean anything to anyone?
No, not off the top of my head.
So there was an episode of the original series called A Piece of the Action, where someone had left behind a book on a planet about gangsters in the 1920s, and then this civilization had modelled themselves on it. So everyone on the planet was a gangster.
Yeah.
And at one point they were all playing cards, and Captain Kirk's been captured, I think. And so to get out of being captured, he invents this utterly ridiculous card game, Fizzbin. So someone has made that game based on a 30-second thing in Star Trek.
Gentlemen. This card game is a kid's game.
You think so, huh?
Oh, yes. I wouldn't waste my time.
Who's asking you?
On Beta Antares 4, they play a real game. It's a man's game, but of course, probably a little beyond you. It requires intelligence.
Listen, Kirk, I can play anything you can figure out.
Take the cards, big man. Show us how it's played.
Captain, I'm familiar with the culture on Beta Antares 4.
Fine.
I don't know of any
Fine.
game.
Of course, the cards on Beta Antares 4 are different, but not too different. The name of the game is called Fizzbin.
Fizzbin.
Fizzbin. It's not too difficult. Each player gets 6 cards, except for the dealer, the player on the dealer's right, who gets 7.
On the right.
Yes. The second card is turned up, except on Tuesdays.
On Tuesday.
Oh, look what you've got, 2 jacks. You got a half Fizzbin already.
I need another jack.
No, if you got another jack, why, you'd have a shrunk.
A shrunk?
Yes, you'd be disqualified. Now, what you need now is either a king and a deuce, except at night, of course, when you need a queen and a 4.
Except at night.
Right. Oh, look at that. You got another jack. How lucky you are. How wonderful for you. Now, if you didn't get another jack, if you had gotten a king, why, then you'd get another card, except when it's dark, when you'd have to give it back.
If it were dark on Tuesday.
Yes, but what you're after is a royal Fizzbin, but the odds in getting a royal Fizzbin are Spock, what are the odds in getting a royal Fizzbin?
I've never computed them, Captain.
Well, they're astronomical, believe me.
So there you go.
Yeah. Well, good for them. Yeah, I bet it would be amusing. Guaranteed
at
to
the
test
bottom-
your sanity. Sorry, is that what you were
Yeah.
going to say?
No, I was going to say at the bottom of the description it says the game is played by trackers at most Star Trek conventions.
Well,
I've
that true?
heard of it.
I've been
No.
to quite a few Star Trek conventions and never played this game.
Does
ran too.
Is it, yeah. is one a Trekkie or a Trekker?
Whatever.
Well,
It's
I
interchangeable.
consider
never
myself
heard-
a Trek fan, to be honest, but whatever.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone say Trekkers, and it relates to Star Trek. I've heard
yeah,
it.
Trekkies is the I think the sort of
The more
generally
popular.
accepted.
I think
Yeah.
Trekkers was more of a thing that you would associate yourself with in the 90s if you was more of a TNG Trekker than the TOS Trek.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that's when that when that was sort of going about. But since then, we've all just kind of settled on Trekkie.
I'll take any label. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, to be honest.
Right, let's move on to games that actually have a ranking on Board Game Geek then. So this game is ranked 21,446 at the time of recording.
And it's got the same name as 4 of the other games we just looked at.
Yeah, it's just a Star Trek game from 1992.
Okay.
Actually, since I made the list a couple of days ago, the rank has dropped about 20 places. So there you go.
Oh.
But anyway, the artwork looks okay. It's got pictures on the cards of snapshots from the original series. The board is like a giant hexagonal grid of the galaxy by the looks of it. What's the aim of the game?
It's got a lot going on compared to some of the other stuff.
Players must navigate their way to each of the 4 planets by correctly answering questions from each of the 5 categories. Oh dear. Wayne and I don't have a great track record when it comes to Star Trek trivia board games.
No, you could be there quite a while.
Yeah. All I say, Ray, is when we did the Raise Your Game stream, Ray, it's a good job you didn't come back because if you did, Wayne and I would still have been playing Star Trek trivia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We ended up playing for like an hour and a half just to get 5 questions right. It was painfully bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really, really. It put both of us to shame.
There's a new copy of this game being sold for $75 on Board Game Geek. Wow.
Blimey.
That was by a company called Classic Games. Wow. Nice. Right, what's next? Starfleet Missions 1992. A Starfleet Universe card game. This has been called its variant of Top Trumps in the Star Trek universe. Yeah.
Ah.
There is actually a Star Trek Top Trumps game, but I removed it from this list.
Oh, I've got several Star Trek Top Trumps somewhere.
What sort of attributes do they use? Is it like intelligence or
I can't remember, but like is always the case with the official Top Trumps, it's always inaccurate. Where you're just like, no, that person wouldn't have.
They just needed to spread the numbers out. So,
yeah, it really bugs you when you actually know the subject. It really winds you up. But anyway, Starfleet Missions.
Yeah, so that's ranked 21,327. Again, it's dropped 20 places since I made the list. So.
And these seem to be specifically more to do with... Oh, no, they do have... I was going to say it's all ships, but there is...
Yeah, but there's definitely some real people in there. Well, I say real people. Yeah, characters. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, Top Trumps with modifier cards by the looks of it. I think it looks, from that look on that Klingon, it looks like it maybe like add 20 to all ratings, it looks like. So if you equip a legendary captain on a ship, it makes the ship more powerful.
Okay.
Anyway.
Add in that little bit more strategy.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
Next up, we have another Star Trek Next Generation game, but actually looking at it, this looks like it's the same as the other one. Yeah, it's just a different edition. Okay, so we'll skip over that one. Next one, Star Trek Next Generation Game of the Galaxies. Oh, the Galaxies. Ranked, what's this? 21,181. Oh, Jude's got that one.
I've got it, and I've never played it. I don't even know if I've ever taken the lid off, to be honest. Same story as before, just as Wayne, just off a car boot.
Yeah.
Never played because got no one here to play it with.
That's it. It's always hard to find people to convince to play Star Trek games with you if you don't live with Trekkies.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I've never opened this. This is like the first time. Could be anything in here. Could be a rat.
It looks like there's lots of little glass beads from the pictures, but...
Got a spinner.
And a spinner. Yeah.
So you've got a spinner with it.
The board looks like really, in your face.
That doesn't look like it's been used.
Oh no, I don't think it has, to be honest.
I sort of like the way they've done the character pieces where it's just like a plastic tube, and then you put the picture of the character on the inside.
Oh yes, they've done a couple, so they must have played it once. I've got what's her name, Bat Laren and Commander Data there.
It's an interesting choice.
Weird, isn't it? And I've got some glass marbles where I don't know if that's just been put in there, and that's nothing to do with the game.
They are counters for something or other. I don't know what, but they are on the mixed
interesting.
Pictures.
Yeah.
So what does it say? It's got a rating of 1.1 out of 5. It takes around an hour to play. Oh, what?
No, I just wasn't expecting you to say that.
Okay, you thought it would be more. It looks like it's again just another roll and, well, it's a spin and move because you've got a spinner. But the object of the game is for each player playing a TNG character to distinguish himself in the task of establishing peace throughout the galaxies. You attain this aim by collecting peace treaties from alien nations spread throughout 6 different galaxies.
There are 12 transporters, 2 in each galaxy.
I'm going to have to arrange a time for us all to meet up and play some games now.
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
We've got all these games.
We've got a bit of a
I'd
selection.
love to do that.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Okay. So that's that. It looks all right. But it's only got a score of 3.9 out of 10 though, so.
But you never know, do you? You never know.
You don't.
Just because that's online, you might have a different opinion once you play it.
True. Where are we now? 20,718. Star Trek Next Generation collectible dice game from 1996.
What year did First Contact come out? Was it
1996?
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's about to celebrate its 25th anniversary, so that sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those games where you have to buy. Because this entry is to allow discussion of the game system as a whole. It is not for a specific version or release. So I'm guessing they had lots of different editions of the game that you could and everyone bought their own set.
Yeah.
There's a new copy. There's a new copy available for $95 on the Geek Marketplace.
This looks like it might confuse me.
Oh, you can see the different versions here. Yeah.
The dice look quite nice, though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The dice, like if you know what you're doing, which I wouldn't at first, but yeah, it looks very cool.
Dice take on the role of the Enterprise or Borg sphere. The dice represents various aspects of your ship, weapons, movement, capabilities, shields, damage control, special abilities, special orders, and heroic personalities. Each turn, you allocate power from your ship to power up or repair the systems on your ship, then move your ship or take special actions. You attack your opponent with phasers or torpedoes and win the game by reducing their warp core integrity to 0. So it's an attack game. You're attacking each other to be the last one standing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
5.1 out of 10 rating. Not horrendously bad. Not great, but not bad.
Well, it's better than most we've looked at.
I think it's one of them games that I would need you to sit me down, Matt, and go, okay, this is how it's played, and go over it multiple times.
How many times have I told you this? I said this an hour ago.
Yeah.
That happens every time you play a new game for the first time, anyway. You're always looking in the rulebook to double check things and stuff.
Yeah.
So. What's next? 1984. Struggle for the Throne, Star Trek 2, with a lovely picture of Christopher Lloyd on the front of the box as whatever the name of the Klingon captain he plays in Star Trek 3 is, which escapes me at the moment.
What was his name?
It's going to be Kang or Kor or
something like that.
Klimp or something.
Yeah, it doesn't even mention his character by name.
No, it doesn't. No.
It looks like just a few pieces of cardboard put in a box, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks quite forgettable, to be honest.
Not too much going
to me, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there really is not a lot there.
So next up, we have 3 Monopoly games.
4.
One from 2000, one from 2009, and one from 1998. Oh, we got 4, you're right. And one from 2011. So let's go through them in order of year. So the first one was 1998, which is Star Trek Next Generation Monopoly.
Okay.
Let's see what they've put on the board, shall we? No one's taken a picture of the board close enough to see, have they?
Oh.
I quite like the little metal figurines of all the characters, though.
The card looks like his head's on bats, though.
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad, though, is it? Not bad.
I'm not sure what I think about the currency card, the money, though. It's a weird design, isn't it? Is it supposed to be gold pressed latinum?
I was going to say, surely it's... Yeah, no, it's just latinum.
I guess so. 98, yeah, 98, yeah.
It's a unique Starfield board with wormhole to allow you to connect to other future game boards. I wonder if they ever released any.
You can see a bit of the board in one of the pictures, but not much.
Not enough to read what any of the things are. Orson Nebula, pay 10% or 200.
My
Farpoint Station. So yeah, they've just a Borg queue. So they've just taken lots of random locations and races from the. I don't know why they've mixed locations and races.
No, it's interesting. Yeah, it seems a lot of information to go along with Monopoly, but it would be interesting.
The thing is,
give it a go and see how that plays out.
But they've kept jail and free parking.
Yeah.
Go to jail. They haven't themed them.
Yeah.
Go to the brig.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, you think that's exactly right? You think they do go to the brig?
Yeah,
okay, so that's the.
Someone's just put stickers on it.
The thing is,
I know it's Monopoly, but I quite like that for the little metal figures. But that's about the only thing I like about it, I think. So next up is your one, I think, Jude, which is
Continuum
2000.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the third one. Okay, we've got another one before we get to that.
What have we got?
So the next one's just Monopoly Star Trek Limited Edition.
Okay.
Which looks like it's based on the original series, and again they've kept jail. Go to jail. It's basically the same as the Next Generation one, but they've just replaced all of the things with stuff from the original series instead. What have they done for the?
I guess they were just like, oh, that's old. Let's do this one. That'll sell as well.
And the player figures are plastic instead of
that's a shame.
Metal by the looks of it. Other than that, I suspect it's exactly the same game.
Yeah, you're right. That definitely doesn't look metal there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to your one then. Star Trek Continuum Edition Monopoly from 2009.
Okay, it's definitely been played.
For the first time ever, Monopoly is being customised to cover the entire Star Trek franchise, celebrating the release of the new Star Trek movie in 2009.
It's just the same as the other two. Go to jail, free parking, and everything else is filled in, and then you've just got a massive picture of the captains and then a huge blank space, wasted space. Yeah.
Isn't that where the chance cards go?
I suppose,
I don't know.
But yeah, not too different.
What are they called in that? They're not called Chance and Community Chest, are they? What have they called them?
I have no idea. Sorry.
It's on there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with it is it's a question of Monopoly is okay, but it's a laborious game sometimes.
Oh God, yes.
And I much prefer like quick versions of it, like the card game Monopoly Deal and things like that, because if Monopoly is such a ball ache to like get round and finish within like, I don't know, 10 days, you're never going to convince anyone who's not a Trekkie to play it with you. Yeah.
Oh, these have not been opened. You got the pieces, but I can't. You've got a shuttlecraft that kind of looks cool. I'll just rip it open. You've got money that looks somewhere in between the normal one, and it does say gold pressed platinum on it. It looks a bit better than the other version, but yeah, the pieces. You've got a cool little shuttlecraft. Don't know if you can make that out. And I can't work out what everything else is. We got a like tricorder, phaser, and a captain's chair, and I have no idea what that is. Any guesses?
I can't see it, but it's not the Vulcan Idic symbol,
No,
is it?
is that Spock's harp?
Oh yeah, I think Wayne's right. It will be Spock's harp.
What's that from?
No,
just a random TOS episode.
yeah,
just where he
Spock
played
would just
harp.
play that harp.
Oh, harp.
Harp.
Yeah.
Harp. I thought you were saying heart.
Oh no.
Is that from the?
I know what it is now. Yeah.
Is that from the weird little TNG video game thing that they play?
Oh yeah, the one where they put the glasses on and playing that weird game.
That's a bit random, isn't it? Yeah, so it's just those three: captain's chair, phaser, and tricorder. Oh no, communicator. Sorry.
Oh yeah, TOS communicator.
Yeah.
So I found out what the community chest and chance cards are called. They're subspace transmission and sensor readings.
Yes, yeah, got one. Sorry, yeah, move on.
It's all right. And then a couple of years after that, we had the Klingon edition of Monopoly. Ooh.
Pretty much more of the same, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Although the little pieces look to be metal, and you've got a Klingon bird of prey, and a batleth, and a Klingon captain's chair, and a Klingon phaser. So, at least they've half themed the board with like Klingon characters and stuff like that, and then you've still got free parking and jail again in the corners. It just looks odd.
Yeah, they've definitely updated it now. They have like Monopoly everything now.
Yeah, I mean they could at least put jail as Stovo Core in the Klingon edition. That's Klingon Hell, Ray.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then free parking at a Klingon space dock. I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt, you're assuming that people who cared about the franchise were involved in the making of these.
No, yeah, you're probably right. You are right.
I do like like if I was a collector, I'd love that.
The Klingon version looks like the best themed version of them.
Yeah,
all.
I would say so.
Oh, blimey.
Okay, what's next? How to host a mystery Star Trek Next Generation game. Am I right in thinking that you own this, Wayne, or am I getting confused with something else?
No, I do.
Someone I know has got this.
I do own this. Yeah. I've never played it.
Oh.
I've never played it because
so like a murder mystery, is it, sort of thing?
Yeah, it's one of them ones where you would invite people round to like
I'd love that.
Have a murder mystery weekend. But the thing is, it's I can't remember. I did read through because someone had played with it previously, and I read through a bunch of the stuff. And it's like if you're a Trekkie, you're going to solve it pretty quickly because I think one of like the characters or something was like. And his name was Rom, and his last name was Yulan. And it's like, okay, then I wonder who done this.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, it looks like a fun night if you close your mind to exactly who done it.
I mean, it says it needs 8 players and it takes 360 minutes. So that's what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
Yeah.
If that was true, I would love that.
Well, there you go. Next time you have a convention, you should have a special.
That would be great.
Event
instead of a disco, we'll do that instead.
We'll do a murder mystery.
Yeah. All the kids will love that.
Oh yeah, they go down like a treat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the next game is a nemesis of mine and Matt's.
Yeah, it's our favourite game. Yeah, 6.1 out of 10. Came out in 2016. It's the Trivia Pursuit Star Trek 50th Anniversary Edition.
Right.
That comes in
this is where you used to use your questions.
This is what we did on the charity stream a few weeks ago.
I
don't think I ever got any Trek-off questions from this. I think I've got 2 trivia books that I'll use. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if people want to hear us embarrass ourselves about that, then Wayne put that out as an episode of Trekmate. So
yeah, I'll have to have a look. Yeah,
yeah. Don't get me wrong. The box is beautiful. I love the shuttlecraft box.
Oh yeah. What's next? Star Trek 3. It is 3 solitaire adventures with the original Star Trek crew. That came out in 1985. Oh, I see. So they're just single player.
Oh, so it's not actual solitaire.
No. It's just 3 single-player games. The one that's got the most pictures is the Sherwood Syndrome, which is just like, I don't know what that's got to do with Star Trek at all.
Especially considering it says in the top corner Star Trek 3.
Remember, Star Trek exists, guys.
I remember that scene in Star Trek 3 when just after the Enterprise got blown up, they all found themselves back in Sherwood Forest.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really weird.
You would understand them putting this out as a TNG game at some point.
Yeah, based on the episode, yeah.
And then there's a picture of like Sulu, Kirk, Uhura, Scotty, I think, all with Robin Hood hats on, like just randomly.
Yeah.
Like,
this is
why?
Very much a question of they had a board game that they could chuck a face on.
Yeah, that really is the case, it seems. Very odd.
I mean, we've got the Kobayashi Maru, which is obviously... Do you know the Kobayashi Maru, Ray?
It sounds familiar.
So you know in the Star Trek 2009 film where Chris Pine is at the Academy and he reprograms the simulator so he can win the thing that supposedly you can't win. That's the Kobayashi Maru.
Ah, okay.
And they've been referencing that since the 60s, even though you didn't see that bit until 40 years later.
No, it was the Wrath of Khan where it was first introduced.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was in the series.
No, because they were like playing out the simulation.
Right. Beginning of the film.
Okay.
But also no, that wasn't Wrath of Khan, was it? That was Undiscovered Country, wasn't it?
That was Wrath of Khan. When everyone dies at the beginning, supposedly.
Of course. Yeah, of course. No, yeah, sorry, ignore me. This is why I don't win trivia.
What we got next? Oh, this is quite a modern one. Conflict in the neutral zone.
That just makes me think of like Tiddlywinks.
It's a dexterity game.
Okay.
That's why then. Oh, conflict. Flick, yeah. Okay, I'll get it. I'll see what they've done. So what are you actually doing?
You flick discs.
It's coin football, but with Star Trek.
Something.
And then where the discs land, you collect resources. And then to attack, you must use your attack ship to hit an opponent's ship off the planet or board. Okay, so it is literally just flicking. So yeah, you're right. It's not too far from Tiddlywinks.
Huh.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
Rank 13,433, 6.2 out of 10.
Okay, that's one of the better ones today again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd give it a go if it was in front of me.
Right, here we go then. Next up, Star Trek The Next Generation interactive VCR board game, a Klingon challenge.
The heavy hitters are coming out now.
So is this the one that has Robert O'Reilly?
It is.
But he's not playing Gowron, he's just playing generic Klingon.
He is playing generic Klingon who's taken over the Enterprise, and you are
of course
one of the ensigns that have been left on board, and you have to retake the ship from...
it's very good. This is the one and only game that I have played. And I played it twice with Wayne, and twice we recorded it for TrekMate.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it was just didn't work, did it, Wayne?
No, no, it's just our technical know-how was crap at the time.
Yeah.
How to get everything in sync. So we could probably...
But I had a lot of fun.
Is the video on YouTube then?
Yeah, we watched the YouTube version, yeah. Like, because neither of us has got a VHS, I don't think, anymore.
No, so you can still play it by using the YouTube video, and it's still a really fun game.
Definitely. If anyone's played it, it's like they called it Nightmare in America. We called it Atmosphere in England. Yeah, it's just like that, but Star Trek, and I love Atmosphere when I was a kid.
Yeah, you had to go around collecting different resources and stuff to get your security clearance up to the full level that you could then make your way to the bridge before time runs out and incapacitate the Gowron at that point.
I'm not sure, but I feel like when we played those two games, Wayne, that like one time neither of us won, and then one time like maybe I won or maybe you did, but it was only just in the nick of time.
Literally, because when you get into the end, you have to get the right amount of rolls and stuff to get to the bridge. And then also on the bridge, it's got different cards where it tells you whether you've been successful or not. So no, it's really good fun. It's definitely one that you could easily crack out at a con.
Is there any point to the video? Like, does he say randomly that something's happened and you have to do something in the game?
Yes.
Or is it just there as a countdown?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, throughout the game, he will come back and be like something's gone wrong with the ship, which means that you've got a bit of advantage, or he will then go, the player who has the least amount of isolinear chips can go here, or the person who's got the most amount of isolinear chips, you're going to the brig for 5 minutes, and things like that. So,
right, okay,
yeah, it's definitely one that we could all do. I think if you guys would be up for that.
And it's funny.
I think the main thing about this game is obviously the video's the same every time.
Yeah,
I can imagine that when DVDs came out, and if they had any games like this, they would probably been a bit more random, because obviously with DVDs you can have random stuff happening.
The thing is, when I was a kid, I was so stupid. I just was convinced that it was different every time.
Yeah.
Such a
You're
thick
just so
kid.
into it.
Yeah.
But now you realise that you can just waste time. Just I'm just going to take another few seconds to throw this dice. Just give me a second. I just like to give it a good old shake. So then it goes on to the next player.
Something's happened.
Yeah. Oh, it happened to you. Oh,
yeah, because then Gowron will be like, whoever's rolling now, you're screwed. So as long as you knew the timestamps, you were fine.
Yeah. It's funny.
I like the player boards as well, the little tricorders. They're quite cool.
Yeah. No, they're all the pieces are really nice.
Right, where are we at now? 2012, Star Trek Hero Clicks Tactics, ranked 12,500-ish. What is this? Oh, this is a Star Trek version of a larger sort of game system called Hero Clicks, where you can have different franchises. But it's basically like a little minis game where you have little starships flying around.
Oh, they look great.
I think it's just like attacking the other players.
Looks a little bit like Attack Wing or something like that. That's another one of those ones.
I think it's just like a simpler version of that kind of thing. Tactics features more than 20 pre-painted ships from both the Federation and Klingon, and will be available for sale in both a 4-ship starter product and the single-figure boosters. So yeah, you'd buy all the individual ships separately. So it's another one of those. Like,
that's soon going to rack up, isn't it?
Try and get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, the ships look nice. They're nice, detailed little models of what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's that then. Uno Star Trek from 1999. Now, I've got to say, I've never played Uno in my life.
I like Uno.
I have at some point. It's quite a simple game, isn't it? But
it's a very simple game.
Silly is. Yeah.
That's why I've played it so many times. Is like when the kids were younger, it would be a game that we would crack out just because it's a simple game to understand, and it's fun. But having Star Trek characters on the card will play no relevance whatsoever to the basic form of Uno, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So what makes this game different from traditional Uno? It says here, when you are down to one card, instead of shouting Uno, you must instead exclaim space, the final Uno frontier.
What?
Oh, that's a mouthful. You are not slamming that card down quick, are you?
No.
Because that's the whole point. Like when you're doing Uno, if you lay that card down, someone doesn't say Uno within that split second, you've got to call them out on it so they can pick up more cards.
Oh, God.
Well, they've tried then, haven't they?
Yeah.
Another game with a name I've never heard next.
Star Trek game.
Yeah.
When's this one from? 1979.
By Milton Bradley.
This is based on the motion picture, isn't it? Looking at the front of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The board is interesting. It's like, I don't know what it's like. Lots of DNA strands all stretched out.
Yeah, that's odd. Oh, they're putting it on top of it though. Those bits. That's
I
like a
think it's
board on
just
top of a
raised,
board.
isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I don't know actually.
Oh yeah, they're triangular pieces that you put on top of the main board to get all those like paths.
That's weird.
That's weird. So I guess the game will be different every time because the board layout will be different every time.
I guess
that's what they're probably
the
going
game
for there.
sort of like matches the insanity of the film, the bizarreness of it.
In fact, it's not even based on the film. They've used the artwork from the film.
Yeah.
It says, take part in exciting missions seeking out unexplored stars as you hunt for secret Klingon outposts and investigate black holes. Be on the alert for attacks from hostile aliens. Complete 3 missions and head for your home starbase. So they're just trying to cash in on the success of the film, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Although it's got a rating of 6.3 out of 10, so it's probably the best of the generic Star Trek games that we've seen so far.
It looks like they've definitely made an effort. I've no idea what's going on, but yeah, they definitely tried there.
Next up is Scenic Star Trek, which I've got actually.
I've got it too.
Oh, I have this, but I've no idea where it is. I do have it as well.
Yeah.
Ray, do you own a copy of Scenic Star Trek? Oh, in fact, Ray bought me this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got it from. It was in the RSPCA store.
So you did own it
but
for a short time, technically.
For a short period.
Yeah.
I paid for it, yeah.
I think I got my family to play this with me like once. Like, please, I just want to play it just once.
Yeah, I played it and just wiped the floor with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of those ones where we would be better off playing it together rather than with individuals. But I know that at some point, I think we used to use the Star Trek Scenic cards for the Trek-offs.
We did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We certainly did.
So
this has nice little metal player counters as well, which are quite nice.
Yeah, you get the player counters. One of you plays as Voyager, one of you plays as the TOS Enterprise, one of you has the Enterprise D, and the other one is the Defiant.
Yeah, they look nice.
They are nice.
You're going through the pieces there, Wayne? Is that what I can hear?
I am, yes. I'm literally looking at it now. Yes, no, I enjoy it. It's a good game, but you need the right people with you.
I like the Scenic games in general. You know, as long as you've got the right franchise and the right people in the room, like, very good.
And surely at this point, someone's probably uploaded the Scenic DVD to YouTube. Surely.
Probably. Yeah,
I imagine so.
Okay, let's move on to another big name game that I've never played.
Oh,
this is Risk Star Trek 50th Anniversary Edition from 2016. I don't know, Risk just doesn't appeal to me.
I've never played Risk.
I know about Risk, but I've never played it either. I've sort of watched other people play it briefly and just thought, like, I guess that could be cool if you've got shitloads of time on your hands, but I never did and have even less now. But
so looking at the pictures, there's lots of little plastic game pieces. So you've got an original, you've got an NX-01 Enterprise with a shuttlecraft, a TOS Enterprise, TNG, Voyager, and a Defiant, and then you've got lots of little tribbles.
There you go. I would say I'll give it credit for including Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
Anything that includes Archer has already 1 point on my book, but
yeah, good on them.
You don't have events in this game. You have Q vents.
Of course,
Q does them,
which I'm sure you appreciate, Matt.
That's not really a pun, is it? Most of the Q episode names are just very bad puns or attempts at puns. I mean, Hyde and Q. Q doesn't sound like Seek, does it?
No.
At least Cupid makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least this game is continuing the tradition of non-pun Q puns.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's Risk, but set in space, I guess. Yeah. Next up is Starfleet: A Call to Arms. This has got a score of 7.1 out of 10.
Okay.
It's from 2011. a joint product using Mongoose's A Call to Arms miniature system and ADP's Starfleet universe. So is this another game where you've got little ships battling?
It is, yeah. Looking at you get little miniatures of like Klingon ships and loads of Enterprises.
I mean, looking at the minis, I think I prefer the Clicks ones to these, to be honest.
But,
maybe that's just
so.
me.
This probably came out a long time before.
Oh yeah, this was 2011, wasn't it?
Oh, was it really that soon? Okay, I thought this looks like something from the 80s. So then it's got no excuse.
But I think you get everything in the box. I don't think you need to spend money to buy lots of different ships. So it's got that going for it.
True.
Where are we at now? 2000, ranked 10,248. This is Star Trek Red Alert. A Disc Wars variant for fighting space battles in the Star Trek universe. I don't know what Disc Wars is.
Nope.
But as you'd expect, all of the tokens are round, like discs.
Is it? It looks like what's that thing that kids used to love, like of our generation?
Pogs.
Pogs and Tazos.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if it's
Pogs the thing when you were growing up, Ray?
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't sure. I don't know what the generation gap was. I don't know when they stopped being popular.
I don't know. I don't think brother was that bothered about Pogs. He was firmly Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pogs was before
I was
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I was not invested in Pokemon when it first arrived.
Yeah,
that's all.
It looks like another
just round cards after round cards.
Yeah.
Well, discs.
It just says cardboard discs are used as miniatures to represent spaceships, crew, and technology. So I don't really know much about what that is other than that. But okay. Oh, it looks
got
all right.
some sort of dice there, but that's it. There's no boards.
6.5 out of 10. I like the fact that it's got the USS Yamato on the front of the box, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
that's unusual. What's next? 1992. Oh, we're in there. We're above 10,000 rank now, so these should all be much better. These should all be starting to get really good.
Okay.
So from 1992, we've got the Starfleet Battles Cadets Training Manual. What's this? It is another war game.
War games.
See, these always look far too complicated for me.
This is just it doesn't have minis. It's just got like little cardboard pieces that you shuffle around a hexagonal board to, I guess, attack the other players.
Mm-hmm.
So not much more to say other than that, really, is there?
I'm realising I'm going to have to plug my computer in while we're recording. Sorry, carry on.
Batteries, gotta love them.
Yeah.
Next up is another war game, Starfleet Battle Manual from 1977. It's a tactical space combat game for 2 or more players with spaceships familiar to fans of Star Trek, the original series. Okay, great. It's just a lot of printed materials of. It does have little minis. Oh no, someone's used the minis from a different game,
okay.
Right,
and attached them onto this one, I think. Yeah, because I mean, there would not have been a board cube in 1977, would there?
No.
So it's just a game system that someone's come up with. Okay, fair enough. This, I think...
I was just going to ask, Matt, do you know on this list if there exists a D&D Star Trek thing? Is that something they ever did?
I don't know if it's on. I don't know if it's on this list, but there is a Star Trek RPG. Oh no, it is. I think it's near the top.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'll let you carry on. Sorry.
That's all right. Next up, we've got Star Trek Chrono Trek. This came out a couple of years ago. This is from Looney Labs, the people who made all the Flux games, which we'll get to a bit later on. So it's a time travel game. So they did a Back to the Future one a few years ago. But they've also got a game that they've had out for a few years called Chrononauts. So I think this is based on that.
Okay.
Each player becomes a Star Trek character with a unique identity and a secret mission. During the game, players travel backwards and forwards through history, doing all those things people have always dreamed of using time travel to do.
I like
explore the history and
that.
alternate history of the entire Star Trek universe. So yeah, it looks... I mean, the artwork is good.
Yeah.
But then Looney Labs games always have nice nice artwork.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. No, I like the concepts of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this would go on my wish list. I think this looks like a lot of fun.
And this is what year was it, Matt?
2019, so it only came out a couple years
okay.
ago.
Yeah.
Might have to go on my list too.
Yeah, it's only got a rating of 6.6 out of 10, but I think the theme would be enough for us to sort of push it up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a cat on screen.
No.
Who is that cat?
It's
this is Scout.
Scout.
Yeah.
Right, Scout. Not that you can hear me.
Oh, look, there's people. There's people over there.
Wow.
Do you care? No.
Scout doesn't want to play Star Trek games.
No, definitely. No, I don't.
Although if Scout had a spaceship, it would be a scout ship.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you see what I did there?
Yep.
Romulan scout ship. Oh dear. Let's move on. Star Trek Galactic Enterprises from 2018. This is ranked 8,554 at the moment. That's gone down a few places again. I wonder if a lot of these games are going down, not because they're getting worse, but because of the games are slotting in ahead of them. That's probably what it is, isn't it?
More than likely.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
There's always someone planning something, making something new.
Yeah. So this is, as I got a picture of Quark on the front, and it's got lots of bars of gold-pressed latinum inside it as well. So I'm guessing it's a trading game. It's a bluffing and negotiation game. In Star Trek Galactic Enterprises, 3 to 8 Ferengi buy and sell their wares, trying to monopolise a particular item for greater profit. However, once other Ferengi get these same items for sale, it becomes a matter of negotiation. Do you work together to gain the same profit, or do you agree to cooperate, then sell at a lower price and steal all the profit for yourself?
I like the concept
of
that.
Isn't Darbo supposed to be like this, though? Where it's all like...
I guess it is.
Trading. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it's the sort of thing like where you've got to collect whole sets of something.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that doesn't exist, actually, if that doesn't come up later on in this list.
No, it's not on the... No one's made a physical Darbo yet, as far as I know.
Yeah, you'd think they would, wouldn't you?
I like the look of the latinum. It doesn't look like it's just cardboard.
Well, it probably is.
No, I mean just like paper rather. It looks like it's like thick, chunky cardboard sort of.
It looks better than the one earlier on, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the look of that.
The next one is just the same again. Another one of those Starfleet Battles games, so we can skip over that one.
Okay. Star Marder.
The next one is Star Marder. Yeah. 7.5 out of 10. So, Star Marder is a board game of Starship Combat. Another war game.
Yeah.
But it looks like it has miniatures.
Is it actually Star Trek? That looks.
I think
like
Star Marder is a. It is, because if you look at the minis, it's
I'm looking
Klingon
at
Birds of Prey
TIE
and stuff
fighters.
like that. Oh, okay. So maybe there's the Star Marder X is the original game, which is a nondescript sci-fi universe by the looks of it. So maybe the Admiralty edition is a
add-on.
Maybe. But you're right. I mean, if I look at the description, it doesn't mention Star Trek in it at all. But it's been put in the Star Trek category on Board Game Geek, so I don't actually.
Yeah, because it's got the figures.
Oh no! If you go down, there's definitely been an add-on because they've got Klingon D7s.
Enterprise there.
But I wonder if. But someone's just put Klingon D7 Micro Machine on Litco stand, as if they've just added their
got,
own.
Like, they've got Enterprise and Klingon Warbirds, and they got whatever you call it, not the Death Star, but the next thing down, whatever that's called.
And also, someone's added
all on the same board.
Cylon ships as well.
Yeah, so it must be a system that people have used to create battles in lots of different universes, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure someone's having fun with it somewhere, but I can't be bothered.
I don't have to. I don't really see. I mean, I think Ray's the same, but spending like 2 or 3 hours on a single game doesn't appeal so much. I don't know. I'm sure Ray's
really
like spend 2 or 3 hours just petting Scout, but he's right there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's right there, and it's the sort of time when he starts like pestering us to go to bed so he can have a cuddle.
Oh,
so
okay. We're not far off now. Where are we at now? Let's skip the next one because it looks naff. Star Trek Alliance Dominion War Campaign. This is, I guess, the Dominion War version of the Star Trek Alliance game, but I don't know what that is.
What is Star Trek Alliance?
Again, it's a minis war game.
I thought that was just. Is it not just a part of Attack Wing?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Let me have a look. Oh, yeah, integrates with Star Trek Attack Wing. Well done. So we'll get to Attack Wing in a bit because it's quite high up the list. This is the big one then. Star Trek Customizable Card Game, 2nd edition. So the customizable card game was very big in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Pokemon, but Star Trek, basically.
Yeah.
But didn't come out till 2002, according to the link you've shared.
This is the 2nd edition. So the first edition came out in 1994.
Yeah,
I think I may have some of these somewhere, but I just don't know where I got them from or what to do with them.
Well, that's it. I mean, you need to make a deck and play them play your deck against someone else who's got the same game. So just buying the cards doesn't really, help you.
No, I never got into it because as a kid I never understood it. So I was just like, okay. I would see people play it, and I'd be like, I don't understand what I need to do.
I think once you're in,
I think that's the problem.
It's just like Pokemon, isn't it? Like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. But this ended long, long, long ago, so you can't buy lots and lots of stuff. Someone's selling a copy of the 2nd edition on Board Game Geek Market for £3.
Okay.
Fair enough.
20 sealed booster packs. Oh, at $2.50 per pack, they're saying.
Right.
So I'm not sure what that's all about. But okay. Booster packs. It's just like gambling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we at now? 1986, Federation and Empire. Oh, we're nearly into the top 5,000 games now. Advanced Strategic Warfare. Oh, more war games. Okay. There's a lot of these, isn't there? I mean, it's understandable that you'd have a lot of ship combat games in a sci-fi franchise, wouldn't you? So.
Oh, definitely. Oh, it's very detailed.
The next one's a good one.
Okay, so the next one, we've got 4 games lumped into one here. So we've got Star Trek Flux, Star Trek Next Generation Flux, Star Trek Deep Space Nine Flux, and Star Trek Voyager Flux.
Which one shall I click on?
Do the first. So Star Trek Flux first, because that was the first one that came out. So my love of Flux is well documented.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, which one did you play? Was it this one, the normal Star Trek Flux, or was it Next Generation?
Both, the normal and Next Gen, and I had the little
the bridge expansion, so you could link them together. Yeah,
and it's a really, really fun game.
Tell me about it, because I've been intrigued about this one for a while. And...
Matt will explain it far better than I can.
Yeah.
So Flux is basic Flux is a card game where it's called Flux because the rules are constantly changing. So there are cards in the game that you play on the table, and they change the basic rules of the game. And the aim of the game is for you to get in front of you. There are these cards called goals, which say, let's use the Star Trek one as an example. You need Kirk and the Enterprise to win. So if you have the Kirk card and the Enterprise card in front of you, and at any point, then you win the game, assuming that's the current goal. But the goal can constantly change. Other players can play a goal to replace another one as well. And then there are also action cards that let you do things like take cards of another player, whatever. So it can get a bit complicated, especially if you've got like 10 different rules on the table to try and to keep your eye on what's going on. But fundamentally, it's just a game where you are drawing cards from a deck, choosing which ones you want to play, and trying to get the right cards in front of you to win the game.
Okay.
It's It's as simple as that. But as I say, because of the interactions between the different rules, it can get quite complicated. So the Star Trek versions just theme it, and there's lots of different ones. There's Doctor Who Flux. There's chemistry, anatomy, drinking Flux, which is all alcohol based. There's tons of them, and I think I've got like about 8 or 9 different editions of it at the moment. So.
Oh wow! Have you got all the Star Trek ones?
All except Voyager, because that only came out last year, and I haven't had it yet.
But also, they just released 2 more expansions that are themed around Enterprise, which saddens me because it means that Enterprise isn't going to get their own deck.
Their own copy, yeah. I didn't know that. I must have missed it.
Yeah, there's a Porthos one and an Archer one.
If you scroll down the page, Jude, and look at where it says fans also like, and then click see all, you'll see a lot more of the other Flux editions there.
Oh, I've seen them in the shops, and every time I see them, I'm just like, oh, I'd love to play that. But just like, I just think, what's the point if I've got no one to play it with at the moment?
Yeah.
I think
but yeah, there is a lot there.
I'm definitely going to get other versions of Flux that the family will enjoy playing with us, because I really enjoyed the mechanics of the game. It's just
maybe that's what I should
that
do.
Fits everybody.
I'll go get the Harry Potter one first, or something like that, and then I can just say, now you can play this
one's
one.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
the Batman one's pretty good because you got all the bad guys, and you have a card which is Arkham Asylum, and they all go inside, they all go underneath, and then at some point in the game they all spring out, which is quite cool.
Yeah, that could definitely work.
Ray's got Monty Python Flux.
Oh, really?
Firefly, I think.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
that would be cool. I imagine.
Cool. Right, so yeah, that's all of those. The highest ranked one is the Next Generation Flux, which is ranked 5,598. That is probably my favourite version as well because it's Next Generation. So.
Yeah.
Next is the Star Trek Customizable card game, which we've already talked about.
Oh yeah.
Next we have another combat game, I think, the Star Trek Starship Tactical Combat Simulator from 1983.
Wow. Yep.
This is ranked 4,898. Oh, it's 3.
Yeah, no, it is another combat simulator.
Yeah, just another combat simulator. Okay.
I'm guessing Wayne and Ray were both 0.
Yeah. -4.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Right, from 1985 next then, we have Star Trek The Adventure Game. Captain, can you explore the galaxy as either a Klingon or Federation commander? And yet the front of the box has Kirk and Spock on. No Klingons at all.
No.
This looks like another one of those sort of like hexagonal movement games.
But also very cheap because the actual board looks like it's paper.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
In fact, does it even come in a box? Is it in like a binder?
It could be.
I'm not sure if that's a box because everything looks like it's folded up. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know. Oh no, there is a bit of a box on the left there, but.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
They were just skimping on production costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's 2016, Star Trek The Dice Game. I'm guessing it's a game that involves rolling dice. I don't want to presume, but, you know.
That's very presumptuous of you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it looks like it is. You've got dice that you roll, and I guess you put, depending on what you roll, you put them on different parts of your ship. So the board is like a top-down view of a ship with... lots of little slots for you to put the dice on.
I quite like the look of that.
Engineering.
To be honest.
Yeah, it looks all right. What's its score? 7.7 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not very complex. And it's got a solo mode as well. Oh, no, it is a solo. It's a solo game.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, that's perfect for nerds because none of us have anyone to play with.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a print and play game. So you can't buy it in the shops. You buy it online, download the files, and then if you want to make the dice, you've got to make your own. So all the pictures of the dice that you can see are ones that people have made themselves.
That's far too much effort.
No way.
I mean, you can just use normal dice and just say 1 is this, 2 is this, or whatever.
I suppose.
Some people
yeah.
have made custom
No,
dice.
there's no imagination here.
Well,
Okay.
it looks good on
So-
the screen anyway. But no.
Next up, we've got another 3 that are all the same thing. So the Star Trek deck building game. So we've got Next Generation, Original Series, and Next Generation, Next Phase.
Shall I do Next Generation just to
Yeah.
my screen?
Recruit the best crew to stop the Borg or fight in a Klingon civil war. In Star Trek deck building game The Next Generation, players take on the role of a captain of a salvaged starship. They will search for new allies such as Picard, Data, and other famous characters. They will explore space. They'll explore space to complete missions, encounter events, and meet starships that could be friend or foe. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah.
But again, it's a deck building game like the. I know what kind of deck building game is it? Is it one where you've got to build up a deck beforehand and then battle it, or is it one where you build up your deck as you play? It looks like it's a build your deck up as you play type of game, but I can't be sure. I mean, this looks all right.
Yeah.
I've played similar deck building games. 6.5 out of 10.
As you said, the cards look very pretty.
They do. The artwork's nice, and the aesthetic is quite nice. I like what they've done with the design.
It's already halfway there.
It's not in your face. It's. I quite like it. Okay, so that's that. Starfleet Battles from 1990. So this is going to be another war game.
It is, and on all they all look pretty much the same. All just like the hexagonal.
They do, don't they?
Sort of things, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've seen plenty of those then.
Yep.
So next up, we're in the top 3,000 now. So this is ranked 2854. This is Star Trek Expeditions,
based on the 2009 movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
It is built upon the cooperative board game model, and the players will work together against the game. Players assume the roles of Kirk, Spock, Bones, and Uhura. The premise is the Federation has received a petition for membership from a planet, and the Enterprise is dispatched to assess their application. When the Enterprise arrives, they discover a Klingon battlecruiser is in orbit, and civil war is threatening to break out on the planet. And the planet is, coincidentally, reconsidering its application for United Federation of Planets membership. So there's a lot of cooperative games out at the moment because Pandemic was very successful. I don't know if any of you have played Pandemic. I know Ray and I have played it, so I don't know if either of you two have played Pandemic.
I've heard you talk about it, but no.
Yeah, it's a few years. I think it came out in like 2006, 2007 maybe. But it's basically you're all working together to cure 4 diseases that have started spreading around the planet. So it's really good. And so this looks. I don't think it's similar mechanically, but so yeah. Normally in a game like this, when the stack of cards runs out, for example, then that's the end of the game. And if you haven't completed all the objectives by that, then the game has won. So that's sort of like the timer that's built into it. Yeah. Next up, we have Federation Commander, which is again another battle system by the looks of it. Again, it's on a hexagonal grid, so it all looks very similar.
And they've even cheated and used the same box art from an earlier game.
How dare they?
Naughty.
How dare they?
How lazy.
So, oh no. So now we're into the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So next up is from 2015, Star Trek 5-Year Mission. So this is what you were asking about earlier, Jude. So this is a... Oh, no, it's not. Ignore me. I'm being completely stupid. In fact, I don't even think the RPG's on this list. Now that I've said that.
No worries. We'll talk about it.
I thought it was this. But this is a dice placement game, cooperatively, where you are all either the crew of the Enterprise from TOS or the D. Everyone's got different abilities, and you're trying to solve or complete a series of blue, yellow, or red alerts to score points. And again, it's a cooperative game, so What does it say here? Players must deal with injuries which lock dice out of play, ship damage that can force players to attempt harder alerts, urgent events that must be completed within 3 minutes, as well as yellow and red alerts that force additional alert cards to come into play, pushing you closer to failing. So yeah, another cooperative game. But I think this was quite well received. What's its score? It's only got 6.5 out of 10, but it's quite high up in the list, which makes me think it's maybe it's slightly better than the score would make you think.
Do you know what's just popped into my head as we're going through these games? Like some of the more popular ones and higher ones up on this list, like where you're seeing pictures of people playing it. I keep expecting to see Matt playing it in one of the pictures in a minute. He's just going to pop up at some point. Wales Comic Con or something like that.
So I've just Googled. It's Star Trek Adventures that you would be interested in.
Okay, I'll look it up.
The RPG
after the pod. Yeah. Thanks.
So where are we at now? Starfleet Battles from 1979. I haven't looked at this yet. I'm going to guess it's set on a hexagonal grid.
Yep.
I bet you're right.
Well, we've got a whole bunch of games that actually look like they're all pretty much the same game coming up.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. That's only ranked. That's ranked 2,323, so it's quite high.
Yeah.
Next up is a game that I recommended to Wayne a couple of years ago when he was looking for a Christmas present for his brother, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Star Trek Panic, which is a retheming of a game just called Castle Panic, which is a cooperative, sort of like a tower defense game.
Right.
Where in the original, there's like you've got a castle in the middle and there's sort of like enemies coming towards it. And you have to like reinforce the outside of the castle to prevent the enemies from getting in. So in this, it's you're basically like reinforcing the shields to prevent things from getting into the shields.
Yeah, sounds different.
I think thematically that works quite well.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely, and it's once again a really nice looking game.
Did you get it, Wayne?
No, not this one. I bought my brother Castle Panic, which he absolutely loved. So I can imagine that this is definitely going to be right up our street because it looks so cool, and especially like the little cardboard cutout Enterprise once it's taking damage.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. What's its score? 7 out of 10.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
it's getting better and better.
Yeah. Next up is the one of the big sort of games that a lot of people have seen. I mean, when we go to conventions, there's always people selling editions of this or the little minis at DST, for example. And it's Star Trek Attack Wing, which is a very popular mini attack game.
Whenever I see
Never
people
played it myself.
it looks complicated.
Yeah.
What's the complexity rating? 2.7 out of 5. So that's above average complexity, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's sort of on the higher end of what I would want to play normally. I think if anything around 3, if it's any more than that, then it makes me think twice about playing it. So
you want something that you can just dip into, have light-hearted fun, and then come back out of. You don't want to be having to really work out exactly how it's played.
Right, the top 4 we're on to now. So next up should be a game that a lot of people have heard of. It's Star Trek Catan from 2012.
I love Catan, the original. I haven't played the Star Trek version.
I don't think it's too dissimilar, but they've added a few extra rules in. Someone's, if you look on the images on Board Game Geek, someone's photoshopped a picture of Riker and Picard playing it.
Nice.
Which is quite fun.
Excellent. Also, looking at the pictures on here, I'm sure that guy holding Star Trek Catan with that woman is the same people that were playing Star Trek Scrabble in the picture earlier.
Let me have a look. Yes, they are.
They get around.
There you go.
They get around on Board Game Geek.
Yeah.
They obviously do. I don't know what the differences are, really. I know there's an edition of Tabletop with Will Wheaton where he plays this, and I think Jerry Ryan's in it, isn't she? And he plays it with her and a couple of other people. So if you want to know more about Star Trek Catan, then that's probably the best, because they normally go through the rules at the beginning of the video before they.
That'd be a good idea. Definitely, could watch that.
What's next? Star Trek Frontiers from 2016. It's another miniatures battling game.
Of course it is.
This one doesn't have a hexagonal board. It has lots of hexagonal pieces that you put together to make the board.
Well, it's always hexagonal.
It's totally different.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting that. I think there's just something pleasing about the hexagonal, a grid of hexagons all formed together. So what does that get? That's got a score of 7.9 out of 10. I think that's the highest one we've seen so far, isn't it? Don't think we've had anything 8 or higher. I might be wrong. No. Okay, so next up is Star Trek Fleet Captains, ranked 660 on Board Game Geek from 2011.
That's pretty high.
Federation and Klingon fleets complete missions throughout the galaxy for dominance. So this does appear to have minis, but I don't think it's a battling game, is it?
I don't know.
It says it's a dice rolling modular board tile placement game.
Their minis do look nice though.
Yeah.
So one is you either play as Klingon or Federation, and there's a nice variety. You're not just all like Birds of Prey or anything. There's a nice variety of Klingon ships and a nice variety of Federation ships.
Yeah.
Oh, were people painting them up themselves?
I think so. I think they're just grey out of the box. So there's just a lot of intricate detailing going on, which I couldn't do. It would just look like a horrible blob if I tried.
Yeah, I did used to do it once upon a time, years ago, but I wouldn't have the patience now.
Mm-hmm.
With like Warhammer figures and things.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we come to the top-rated Star Trek game on Board Game Geek. This is from 2016. It is overall ranked 559. It's Star Trek Ascendancy. Romulans, Klingons, and Federation compete for galactic supremacy.
Okay.
It's got a complexity rating of 3.1 out of 5.
I'll be honest with you, because I got sent this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got sent this, and I'd done like an unboxing video, and I tried playing it, but I could not get my head around it.
Well, it needs 3 players, according to this. So
yeah, so it's
a 3-hour game.
Yeah, I
look at that front cover. How nasty is that to Archer? Like, that's obviously come out at a time where they've constantly been putting out all 5 captains at that time on stuff, and they've just got the 4, but loads of blank space.
Oh yeah, no, I got this was only it's 2016. Yeah, no, so it's not that long ago. And no, it's the pieces.
That was 5 years ago, mate. 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
That was like last week, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the year 2000. That was only a few years ago.
Yeah, it feels like it a lot of the time.
But no, it's a nice looking game. It just looked way too complicated for me.
I have no idea what the hell is going on that table.
Yeah, if you go,
I'm sure it's very fun.
Want a closer look over on the Sci-Fi Collective YouTube channel? I've got an unboxing video, but you'll never see a gameplay video because
no.
You never know. We could spend a day and film it and just edit it down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's funny though, mate, because that's the top Trek game, and correct me if I'm wrong. I was waiting for one more game to come up, like much more earlier on. I don't think it got mentioned. Was Star Trek: The Next Generation Romulan Challenge?
Oh, I don't even know if that's on there. Let me have a look.
No, I didn't actually see it come up. I was like, oh yeah, I've got one other board game, but that
Romulan
never actually came up.
Romulan Challenge. Let's have a look. If I do so, there it is. I must have deleted it because it doesn't have a rank. It's an unranked game.
Yeah, no.
It's got a score of 3.9 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's another car boot sale purchase that looks rubbish. but it got bought because of the name on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
As with most things in a geek's life.
Okay, so we've gone through what 70 games ish. If you're going to pick one to say that that's one that I would like to buy and play, what would you choose?
Okay, so one that we want to play, or one. Shall we have two separate things of ones we want to play, or ones that we're like, that's our favourite?
If they're different, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I would say my favourite. I would say that my favourite is the interactive video board game.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Same here, just to save time at this time.
Yeah. But a game that I would like to play would be Star Trek Panic.
Just that did look good, yeah.
Yeah, that looks so good, and it really does look like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know that I've had high recommendations from both yourself and my brother that Castle Panic was really enjoyable. So I think that's high up on my I want to play. What about yourselves?
I think for me, I'd like to catch up with you guys and do the Flux. If I'm going to go for one, I'll go for Deep Space Nine because I'm me.
I was going to go for Star Trek Panic as well because it looks like the most fun.
It does. It looks great fun.
Yeah. Ray, as a non-Trekkie, did any of those leap out at you as a game you would want to play?
I think maybe Star Trek Catan would be interesting because I know the concept of Catan. I think I've played it like once, maybe.
But there's no trading wood for sheep in the Star Trek version.
I know, that's a shame. Maybe I should just say Uno Star Trek just to annoy you.
No, you've got to say it. You've got to say it in that special way.
Yeah.
Uno, the Final Frontier, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space Uno.
Yeah.
Because I have played the Star Trek Flux with you already.
Yes.
So.
Have you just done that in private, or have you done it on your pod at some point?
We don't really do gameplay videos. We've played it plenty of times, out and about, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've played Flux, just lots of different versions of Flux over the years.
Cool. Yeah, I look forward to catching up and knowing what I'm talking about one day with that.
That brings us to the end of the show then. Do you two want to let everyone know who isn't listening to this on your podcast feed where they can go to get more information about
Wayne will,
and
I
the Sci-Fi Collective? Okay.
Jews are awful at remembering the small details. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We have ours in a document, you see.
It's called Trek, mate. Know that.
Yeah, no. Well, if you'd like to, if you're into Star Trek and you want to listen to me and Jude ramble on about Trek and what we love and hate about the franchise, especially with the new Treks, there isn't too much love. But if you love the original Treks, then we're definitely going to give you that.
We try to be as positive as possible.
Yes, no, definitely. So you can head on over to. Well, you can find the podcast on any good podcast catcher. Just search for TrekMate, or you can find us at trekmate.org.uk. If you fancy tweeting us, it's at TrekMate1701, and we're also on Facebook and many other places. Just search for TrekMate. Or our YouTube channel is youtube.com/the Sci-Fi Collective.
Yeah.
Ray, do you want to start on ours? I'll put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, if you want to follow us of the Offline Gamer podcast, you can do so on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where we are either at Toggast or /Toggcast.
Yeah. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can subscribe in your favourite podcast app. And we are no longer on SoundCloud. I've moved us to Anchor, which is Spotify's podcast platform, because it's free, and I had to pay £8 a month for SoundCloud. So I thought let's save myself a bit of cash. So that is anchor.fm/Toggcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you want to check out our videos, unboxing, bits and pieces from shows and let's start again. Um,
I'm not going to edit this.
Okay, let's not start again. Just go to youtube.com/the offline gamer.
Yeah. Or you can go to offlinegamer.co.uk for everything, including a contact form if you want to get in touch with us.
You can also support us if you like what we do. You can drop us the cost of a coffee. If you go to kofi.com/Togcast, so that's ko-fi.com/Togcast.
There we go. It's been just shy of 2 hours, which is a bit longer than I expected. We always
short for
run
us
over
these
though.
days.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Usually
because
go
you
from
kept
about
on
like
target.
12 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock in the morning these days, me and one.
Oh, that's just crazy.
I know
You're
it
just
is,
insane.
but we just can't help it.
Oh well.
But I've enjoyed it. It's weird recording earlier, but I've enjoyed it.
Well, this is later than we usually do because we usually do like 7 till 9. So
yeah,
We've met in the happy medium.
yeah,
Met in the middle.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Really appreciate you having us on. It's been good fun.
No, it's been great. Thank you for coming. It's weird for me because it's like the merging of two worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good.
You've got your ex and your current together.
And I apologise to Ray if we've bored the hell out of you. Sorry.
Yeah. all the Trek talk.
Yeah, Matt's got it out of his system now. Now you can go back to your usual program.
Right, on that note, we'll see everyone in 2022. Thanks again, guys. It's been a pleasure. And for everyone else listening, see you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Yes.